hiciste brujería. No, 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 no. Come on, man.
You always got them vocals.
What you know about that?
It sounds like the voice of an angel.
What you know about that one, though, huh? You ain't know about
That's a
that
good
one.
song. That's a good song.
You know that one?
Oh yeah, of course.
Tú me hiciste brujería.
I was actually pretty surprised your musical variety that
Hey,
you have.
hey, look, man. I'm gonna keep it real. My music taste, again, it can always be better,
Okay.
but I got some pretty good music taste. I'm not gonna lie to you. My music is pretty. I know a little bit about everything. A
Mhm.
little bit. A little bit. Country. You could throw me some country, some K-pop, some rock en español también, some techno, some house, some rap, some Bocelli,
Andrea Bocelli.
whatever you want to throw at
It's got
whenever
a little rhythm to it.
whenever
You know?
whatever you want to throw at me, just take a little jab, but see what happens if I I
You
know
got
what you.
that one too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm
All right.
very aware.
Very aware.
Very aware of my music. I'm
Well,
aware of it. I'm aware of everything,
You,
honestly.
you have awareness of what you like in music because, like I said, it's very diversified. You know, I think you have a very well diversified palette of music.
Appreciate that. You know,
Yeah.
from the ground up, brick by brick, layer by layer, I'm at where I'm at now, thanks to I mean, just having an open ear, basically.
It's really like everything, right? It's like food too. You become aware the more you try different foods, the more you become aware of what kind of taste you like, or colognes or perfumes or any of that. If you kind of try a lot, you start getting an understanding for what you like.
You start to understand what you like, not what
Mhm.
the world likes, not what the world
Tells
thinks,
you.
not what
Mhm.
your friends tell you, your family. It's what you like.
Exactly.
And in order for you to get there, in order for you to understand what you like, you have to be aware of what you like.
You
Self
you have to
aware.
figure out a way to become aware, right? Because once you become aware, there are things that come into your plane of view that before you didn't have. So, what kind of things are that, right? For example, let's say I had a situation once, right? I was interviewing a gentleman for work, and he comes and he shows up in shorts and like sleepwear.
Mm.
He shows up in like a loose jersey, similar to yours, but more like a basketball jersey guy. Oh, well, that is a basketball jersey,
Is.
but similar to that.
Also, if it looks like a, go ahead, go ahead.
I think we'll get to that story.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So he shows up like that, and you know, he's telling me I'm interviewing him and I'm asking questions, and in my whole time I'm thinking, is this gentleman aware that the way he is dressed is costing him, you know, has already costed him his position, right? Because we have to judge when we're making job interviews. We're supposed to judge your character based on the questions that we're asking you. We're supposed to judge: are you going to be a good employee? Or are you not going to be a good employee? Based on how you're answering the questions,
Right.
based on your body language, based on your modalities, we're making determination on you, right? And this gentleman already showed up
Mm.
that way. So when I first saw him, what did I think?
I mean, you're gonna think the worst.
You're gonna think no preparation,
Yeah.
right? And it's important because that right there, right? I obviously gave the gentleman a chance by then sitting down afterwards and giving him some advice. But when he came in, he right there had it been somebody else, they wouldn't have cared. They would have said this guy didn't have, he wasn't prepared for this interview. He's not at least wearing the bare minimum. That
Mm.
just kind of shows that either you don't care or you don't know. But what it shows is that you have a further away starting point than somebody who showed up in a suit or showed up looking sharp.
Hmm. Interesting.
So is that gentleman aware of that, or was he
Was he
aware
aware?
that that was costing him the interviews that he told me that he had been to and nobody had called him back?
Mm.
So that's where I'm going to is sometimes the fact that we're not aware is costing us certain opportunities. Like when that picture of DC that we talked about on the first pod that we haven't put up yet.
I know. I
but
gotta.
I found it.
You found it. You're
I
gonna
found
send it to
it,
me. I
yeah.
gotta post that. I just, boom, it's gonna show
Just
up right
pop
there.
it up.
Yeah.
So
Because
right,
it's a good pic. It's a good pic.
it's a picture where I thought in my moment in that time that I was professionally dressed. But now looking back, where I have more
You're like,
information,
what in
more
the world?
knowledge, more experience, I understand that that wasn't even clothes.
what in the world was I wearing?
I have a different awareness of my surrounding, and that awareness sets me up for success in different ways.
Right.
Just like your language that you use, the way that you
Tone.
talk, the tone that you talk to, right? How you talk to people. Communication being one of the most important skills. I became aware of how important communication was to the success of any enterprise. The more communication, the better. In football, that's why the quarterback is yelling all the things he's yelling in all the plays, and they're understanding, they're communicating about what that next move is going to be, like based on off of the information that he's reading on the field.
Right.
So he's becoming aware.
So are
and
you?
that awareness is important to how you strategize for life.
So are you saying you have to not only be? Is that self awareness or is that awareness of your surroundings?
That's awareness of your surroundings,
Okay.
right? And if you take a deeper awareness of yourself, how do you gain awareness of yourself? What are you doing that might be costing you opportunities,
Hmm.
or where you might be getting in your own way?
I
That-
think you gotta be an observer in life.
Observer's good.
You gotta observe, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's observe yourself or observe your surroundings, but you gotta be aware of your surroundings because then you're gonna be upset that something hit you in the head or something came across you and smacked you, but it was there the whole time. You just didn't see it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Then you get upset like, oh, why was this? No, you just gotta be you gotta be aware.
You have to be aware.
Right? That's aware of aware of your surroundings. But being
Aware.
aware of yourself also comes in like that gentleman who came in with the PJs or like the not the right attire. Like you got to be aware that you're going into an interview
Correct.
where it's not a job is a job. Look, when you get hired for a job, they're trying to hire the best possible candidate, the one
Mhm.
that they what the visions that they see, that's what they want in a person.
The one that's going to push that vision as far as possible as they can, or they can at least sustain whatever is necessary to fulfill that vision. So the more likely you make it feel and seem, the higher the odds that you're going to be hired.
You gotta be aware of everything, of everything. It goes to a deep level of how you present yourself, what you wear, how you what you know what type of if you smell like you haven't showered or if you smell like you smell good, you're
Mm-hmm.
taking care of yourself. I think self care and well being and what's that word,
Hygiene.
hygiene. I think that like that type of detail, you got to be that aware of yourself
Mm-hmm.
that will separate you from the others. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you gotta if you I learned one thing when I started playing golf. When I started to look good in the golf outfits, I started to feel good, and then that changed into my daily wear. What I said, maybe not right now. I don't look too good.
Yeah, yeah. Tell,
Cause,
tell us what happened there. You look like you got something that happened there.
cause let me tell. All right, so
But before that, welcome back to the U Experience
you're absolutely right. Welcome back.
with Nate and Vic.
You
Here,
know, here for another episode yet again.
yet again.
Episode 7 now.
It's lucky 7.
Lucky
I
number
hear that the lotto is out there.
1.1
like-
bill.
Is it?
It's 1.1 billion or something. It's
Wow.
1 point something billion.
Mm-hmm. That's how many people are playing it, huh? It's ballooned to 1.1 billion.
I've never played the lotto, but this thing got me thinking about playing. No, welcome back. Today's gonna be about I think we made a clear point: self-awareness, awareness, just being aware of your surroundings, aware of yourself, aware of the people around you, aware of what you're listening to or what you're doing. All that plays a big role, a big impact on your life, of course. Aware of what you're taking in, right? If something's not feeling good, right? If you're watching something that you don't enjoy, stop it. Just stop it. If you're listening to something that you're not, just stop it. You know what I mean? Maybe the people around you are influencing bad influences. It's just be aware of what your body's asking of you from. You're right. Your body tells you what it needs, what it wants.
The intuition.
You know what I mean? It tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to that body, because that's all you got at the end of the day. All you got is your thoughts your body and yourself and your soul. So
Yourself-
listen to it. Take
yourself is
care
what
of
you
it.
got.
Take care of it. This is your temple.
Mhm.
You must take care of it.
That's where you treat it with care.
Treat
right?
it
You
with
take
care.
care of it, like you said. Hygiene is important, and that comes from awareness. What is it that we are looking to accomplish? We are looking to get.
I
Uh,
just kissed the bottle. Thank you, Saratoga, for
I can
always
see.
hydrating us, keeping us hydrated, man.
Yeah,
Go water.
I can see you really enjoy.
I
You know,
do.
so it's about. See, I even lost my train of thought
It's
about
alright.
that.
It's all right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to the story of why my shirt looks like this.
Oh, that's right. That's where we're going.
Come on.
But being aware is important. That's where you get to see what if you're where you want to be, or if it's where you don't want to be. If you're in a hole, then how do you get yourself from there, and where do you start? Right. Well, you start by stopping the digging. If you feel like you're in a hole, then you stop the digging. Like, what do you continue to do? And this is where you have to become aware. Is what do you continue to do?
That's getting you deep in that
It's
hole.
getting you deeper into that hole. And when you stop and you take some time audits or day audits, right? We were watching some stories earlier of some young folks where it's something that's perceived as fun and then alcohol, something perceived as fun and then alcohol, and that's the thing that sometimes we overdo it without being aware that we are overdoing it.
It's got to be moderation.
Mhm.
There's got to be moderation.
Everything's got to be in some sort of moderation. You can't. Well, you can. It really depends on your goals and really depends on what your intent and your vision and your focus is. But tell me, what was your focus when that happened to your shirt?
You want me to start from
I want you to
from
start.
from where we started, from where we went
Take
to?
the story where you need to take it.
I'm gonna take it where I'm gonna take it where I need to take it. Then.
Take it.
So we go to Costco, right? Before that,
It's jam packed.
it's jam packed. By the way, I went to Fleming's a couple of weeks ago. To Fleming's.
All right.
Come on, man. Next time we're gonna kick him out of here, and we're gonna get someone else who knows how to cheer it up.
You never
I'ma
said that it
pedigree
was
you
it
through
was
this
gonna
damn
be,
table.
You left it. Whatever. Keep going. Share the story.
I went to Fleming's. I was having a nice little lunch by myself, with the bartender. His name was Johnny. And we were talking, and we started talking about wine because I'm a huge wine drinker. I love wine. I love my wine. You know what I mean? It's amazing. And we started talking about wine. We started talking about different types of wine, and the palettes and the color and everything. And he started recommending me some wines, right? He was like, "Here, I recommend this one." And then we started talking about it. He was cool people. He gave me some samples of other wines for the free ski. So shout out Johnny, man. Good people. And I took pictures of them, right? And one of them was called Cayman, like Cayman wine. It was like Cabernet, I believe, or I believe it was a Cabernet. And so we go to Costco, and I noticed there's a wine section. And I said, "Hold on, yeah, I'm right up my alley." So we're looking, and I found the wine, and that was like a $70 wine, like
$70 bottle.
$70 bottle of wine. And I'm like, no wonder I liked it because it was expensive.
The only bottle in the whole entire wine aisle.
That was the expensive one. And I'm like, this is the one. I didn't even know that that was the price until I saw the price. But nonetheless,
that is good.
That's a good one. So nonetheless, we're looking around and we find another bottle, the Josh. It's another Cabernet or Carbonet. And I buy it. I buy the bottle. I'm like, Vic, I'm gonna take this bottle. He's like, all right. We get the bottle. We pull up, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna open it. Hey, look.
takes about 15 minutes just opening this bottle, just attempting to remove the wrapper from it.
This never happened to me, but again, I've been doing my push-ups. I've been putting in work a little bit, and I get the thing to open it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put. I push it in, and I push it so in that the cork goes inside the bottle.
Goes to the bottom of the neck.
It goes through the neck, and just cause a massive explosion. And then I'm trying to get it out, so I'm like going in more, and then boom, even more.
An even bigger explosion of wine all over the dinner table, where we then have to clean everything, including the wall.
The wall had wine. The floor.
He wanted to share with the whole world.
And because it exploded, it also happened to wear on the shirt. And
So that's his fit today.
unfortunately, this is what we're gonna have to rock with. But you know, things happen for. I don't know if this one was for a reason. Maybe just because Nate, it's time to be self-aware of how to open a damn bottle.
Yeah.
But it was a humbling moment for sure. Cause I love to drink my wine, and I'm like, I know, wine.
You're trying to
bottle?
make it an experience. We had the Julio Iglesias going on in the
We
background.
had the Julio Iglesias going
Yeah.
on. Had a wine glass, ready. Costco pizza, ready. It was calling me. All I needed was that Josh poured up.
Ooh.
Whew.
Sounds like a fancy dinner you were having.
Come on, that's all I.
Come on,
all I
man.
got is fancy dinners, man. Come on
All
now.
right.
You know, from time to time, it
Costco
don't hurt.
pizza
It
and
don't hurt to
Josh.
treat yourself. You deserve it. But that's another thing. You know, you deserve wins. You deserve your victories. Be aware. Be self-aware that you're putting in the hard work. You're going in. You're going in hard. Putting your head down, but not for the wrong reason. You're putting your head down at work. Get to grinding, to where you even when you look up, you're like, damn, I did all that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you deserve those victories as well. Work hard, play hard. It's that simple. And sometimes I feel like we, as a whole, we just forget to take a not a break, because it's not a break. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process of.
It's a celebration of your steps forward, the milestones, accomplishing the things that are getting you in the direction that you want to go. Having smaller intervals of the big main goal, so that you can celebrate yourself. So it re-encourages your mind and revitalizes your body and uplifts your soul. These are things that you're like, wow, I'm on this track. This is becoming more and more real, and it becomes and just celebrating it puts it in cements it in your mind and in reality, because you're celebrating it.
You're celebrating those victories, those times that you were alone, battling, grinding, no going out, no doing this, no doing that, no doing all the things that are bad for you, but yet you're being aware of what you want, right? What you want out of this life. And from time to time, treat yourself to a nice little dinner. Treat yourself to whatever it is. Treat yourself to a movie, or to whatever that treat is for you, that
Mhm.
that celebration is for you. Do it, because ultimately, when you do it and you're done with the night or whatever it is, you're like, man, like, this is why I do it for. This is why I work hard for. This is why
Mhm.
I'm grinding for. To have a moment like this where it's guilt free time, guilt free money, guilt free people around me, the people you love, and you just become more aware of, like, this is what I want.
Mhm.
You gotta know what you want. You gotta know what you want out of this life, because if not, again, you're just shooting your dart into
Starts into the blind,
the blind,
into the darkness,
into
and
the darkness.
you'll never hit a bullseye if you can't see it.
So you know, enjoy those moments. Enjoy those. Take time to celebrate yourself, but again, you got to work for it. You gotta earn it. You always tell me nothing's given. It's always earned. And that's been a great you know, message for me. Just sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I deserve everything, and then boom, I get humbled quick. Clearly, I get
Yeah.
humbled quick, and it's no, Nate. Everything is earned. It's not given. You got to earn it. You
Mhm.
got to want it, though. You got to want it and then earn it.
You can't let the defeats of it take you out. You have to
You got to be
fall on your back
stronger
and
than
then
that.
get right back up.
You got to be stronger than that. And today for me, that I was just after that happened, and then what you
And then I was cleaning.
he
And that
was
just happened. Me too. I've been working out. I guess strength just. So I launched the vitamins across the floor as I was cleaning, and I destroyed the bottom. So, hey, things happen.
he was cleaning the
The
wall,
wall.
and his just elbow just sent the vitamins going, and they were in glass bottle.
In the glass bottle too.
And he was like, no. So now think about it. I'm over here aware. I'm like, damn, this was all my fault. I was so sad. I was quiet for a minute. I said, Vic, I need a moment to myself, because I felt bad. I'm like, damn, because I messed up, he then broke the glass. If I wouldn't have freaking exploded the bottle, he wouldn't have to clean and he wouldn't have knocked the vitamins down. But again, it's just
But at the same time, accepting responsibility as you may, right? I should have seen the bottle being there and I should have moved it. So ultimately, everybody is supposed to take their part of responsibilities.
You
yes,
gotta be-
yes, if you, then that wouldn't have happened. But yes, if I would have, then that wouldn't have happened. Right. So there's multiple opportunities in that too, where when you become aware, you find the things where it's like, I could have done something better to prevent that situation. And that's what awareness becomes about, is acknowledging the things that happened, knowing that they happened, not trying to hide them or trying to say, "Oh, that wasn't my fault." No, it's accepting your part in that whole entire play,
yeah.
right? Because I can very easily say, "Yeah, it's your fault because you're the one who dropped the wine. Had I not been clean, right?" But at the same time, that would be giving me myself a victim mentality that it happened to me because of you. When in reality, I had the same opportunity as you did to not do that because the bottle was there within my visual.
That was
Right.
your
So when I did that, I just was not as aware as I should have been.
and I think what helps in being aware is taking a step back, taking a step back, a deep breath, analyzing again the situation, seeing what's in front of you. What are the things given to you, and what is your outcome? Right? You get all these variables given to you. You're the machine that has to add, subtract, divide, multiply to get the result that you want. But it's all through you. That's just given to you. You do the work internally. You become aware, okay, this is here, that's here. This is what I want to get to. Boom, 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 boom. And you get to your destination. But once you tunnel vision on just other things, right? It's good. I believe it's good to tunnel vision when you're focused, because that's what happens when you become focused. Nothing else matters but the task at hand. But again, you got to take a step back, see what's given, and say, this is what I want to get done. This is the goal. This is the mission. This is here, this is here, that is here, this is here. What do I have to do to change that, to add, subtract again, divide, multiply, to where I can get to my destination while also being aware of what happens, making sure I don't break anything, making sure
I
this.
mean, the self-reflection too, right? I think self-awareness opens it up, and self-reflection kind of mirrors it up, right? So the awareness allows you to see, and in reflection, you can look back and say, okay, that I did take a good approach. Or that was the most effective approach. That was the most efficient approach. Or you're like, okay, this is where I messed up. Next time, I should go about it this way. This is the better way. This is the more effective way to do it. Right. And admitting your mistake in that, because it's okay to admit mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're not perfect. Nobody is.
Nobody.
And being okay with that mistake and knowing that the next time you're going to come back at it, but better.
And you got to ask yourself, why, again, you wake up every morning, another day, another chance of becoming great. And you got to ask yourself, why am I waking up? Why am I waking up the next day? Why am I getting out of bed to do what I want to do? Why? It's got to be it's got to go down to the soul of your,
It's gotta be deep.
it's got of your person, of your purpose. It's got to be, why am I doing the things I'm doing? And I believe ultimately that everyone's got a passion of something. Everyone has a passion. Everyone has some sort of dream. Everyone has a dream. And sometimes those dreams fade away. A lot of times those dreams fade away and you don't chase them because maybe you think it's unrealistic. You don't have the time. Things get in the way. Whatever excuse you want to give yourself. But there is dreams. Everyone has a dream, whether it's to become the best baker or the best teacher, or whatever it is. Everyone has a dream, right? And I think how it relates to self-awareness is understand, what is your dream? Once you understand what that dream is, then that's when, okay, this is here, that's here, this is stopping me from doing that, but this is also you become aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
You become aware of what is stopping you, and you attack that. Either you attack it, you change it, or you continue it. Right? And again, it goes back to habits, I believe, as well. Your habits are what make your life, your daily.
Those are the steps of the ladder.
those are the
every
steps.
single step of the ladder, right? So you can build habits that build you up, that make you better, or you can build habits that kind of take you down another level,
And
and
self
another level, and another
and
level.
self awareness is either gonna tell you if you're going up a ladder, or if you're going
Hmm.
down the ladder.
Right.
You know what
That
I'm saying?
coupled with self reflection, you'll go and you're gonna use both, right? To have a dream that you know that you want, you have to know what you want. You have to become aware, and
Mm.
to become aware, you have to understand, right? We're so interested in when AI reaches singularity, the moment in time where AI knows that it's alive, right? That it's there, that it is aware of itself, right? That's everybody's waiting for that singularity moment. But what's your singularity moment where you are sitting there and you're like, wow, I am something. I'm someone. Like I have fingers and I have a hand and I have arms and legs and a body and I occupy space and like what is it that keeps me alive here and present and understanding that I am here, that I'm a sentient being. So once you become aware of that sense, is okay. Where does that sentient being want to be, and what do you what
Mm-hmm.
drives you? Going back to that passion that you were talking about, if you find that passion and you find a market that's willing to pay for it, you're going to find success because you're mixing economics with your passion, your dream, that thing that lights you on fire, that thing that charges you up. So if you have something that charges you up, how are you ever going to run out of energy for it?
You can't.
You can't
You
because
can't.
it is your thing. So ideally, that's what you're looking for. But sometimes when you're starting off, that's not what you're going to start with.
You're not.
Sometimes you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. You're going to have to scrub toilets. You're going to have to clean things. You're going to have to service things that you don't want to service while you put yourself in a position where you can chase after your dreams.
I mean, I think the best thing to ever happen was to me was working jobs. You know what I mean? I think it
Your
showed.
version of working, right?
I knew you were gonna say something. I knew you were gonna say something when it came to jobs. Look, listen. I think the best thing to happen to me was, or one of the best things to happen to me was working a job. It opened my eyes, and it showed me like, Nate, is this it? Is this what you want?
Mm,
You know, are you is this your cap? Is
mm,
this your limit? And every time I went to work, I said, man, I deserve I want more.
mm.
Again, no offense to anybody who works a 9 to 5 or whatever
And is happy with it.
and is
And if
happy
you're
with it.
happy
Yeah,
with it,
if by all
you're
means,
good.
you are, God bless you. But for me personally, I want to do more. You know, I want more out of this life. And the best thing that awoke me was working a job. Straight from high school, I went to college for like a couple of weeks maybe, and I just dropped out and started working. And man, where the time went, I don't know.
Hmm.
But I just remember graduating, COVID. Graduating on the televisión.
Mm.
I
You
had
never walked the stage?
never walked the stage
Mm.
because of COVID. And that was always one of my goals, one
We're
of
gonna
my
do that here
dreams.
at the U Experience. We're gonna have Nate walk the stage one day.
And I'm becoming
Dude.
old as Nate just walking through.
65-year-old Nate walking with his cane, coming up them stairs.
No, I never. I that was always one of my dreams. Right, it was just to walk the stage. I went to school from pre-K. I started at pre-K, and I just went. And the one thing that my mom wanted to see was just me walk the stage. And COVID hit, and never happened. And I wasn't excited for the prom night or for the grad night. None of those two things I can care less about. I didn't pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go. I just wanted to walk the stage and be like, damn, I did it, And it never happened, and I I didn't really feel bad about myself. I'm like, it's just how it is. But then, I started working after that. I went to college online and just it didn't hit the same. I just kept sleeping I was playing video games, I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. And I just started working, and ever since then I'm like is this what I want? Like I don't want this to be my life.
For the next 45 years,
Because again, I loved my
day
coworkers.
in, day out, day in, day out.
I loved my coworkers. I loved the people I worked with, especially at the country club.
Mm.
It was an amazing experience I got to see, right? And I got to see the best of both worlds. I got to see the
It is actually pretty good at golf. If anybody cares to see, maybe you should throw on some clips on this one. You know, of some of the stuff you can do.
Hey, you heard it here first. I didn't brag about my golf game, and you know people be bragging about their golf game. Oh yeah, I could shoot this. I could drive this many yards. He said it here first. That's on him. I took him golfing. How was that?
Yeah, it was nice. It was
cool?
nice to see. It was very cool to be around nature, and
Yeah.
I think it's an experience that everybody should have.
Yeah.
I think golf is probably, and I think I'm thinking that if we could figure out a way how to make, in a very eco-friendly way, if we can turn a lot of maybe the national parks into golf, where they can generate some revenue, so that we can have those parks stay open. Because it's a beautiful experience. I think everybody should have the experience, and I think
We'll host an
we
event.
should continue have parks available for people, because it's just the only opportunity that you have to be in nature.
Yeah.
Right. So with some of this news that I hear that they're selling some acreage out in some of these parks, just because they can't keep them open. Like, I think we need to get creative about that, because
National parks are beautiful.
National parks are important. They're beautiful. They're part of the heritage of the country, and they're part of something that we need to do and give back to the earth, because it gives to us. It is that symbiosis.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's beautiful. I think we'll host an event. We'll host a golf event, golf tournament, and we'll host a tournament. And all of you are free to come play a round of golf. The winner wins a couple. We're talking about bucks here. Talking about a couple money over here.
There's another thing though that I learned, right? I thought that was pretty nice. Is how you guys also give back to the earth by refilling places where you leave holes, right? I thought that was amazing. Just the fact that that's such a thoughtful, way to play.
It's a gentleman's sport, baby.
It's right, because you're refilling out the holes that you make from either hitting it or whatever, right? You put that back, and you help the land regenerate because it's providing to you. Right, I thought that was such a beautiful thing.
He's like, what? I took out the thing.
It was sand. It looked like sand to me. It looked like sand. I thought
What
it was like,
is that? You just stay right there in the golf cart. Let me show you what's up. And I poured the dirt on top of because it's vitamins. It's like it has
it's gotta be
vitamins.
like fertilizer and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but
and because when you hit the golf ball, when you hit it right, you hit the golf ball first and then the dirt. So the golf ball gets hit first, and then, ooh, it feels so good when you hit it right. And then I create divots. So
I think we recorded that shot where you hit it, and it was just such a clean sound where it just boom and it flew across the.
Beautiful. So in the golf cart they give you the dirt because you create a divot, you create a hole. Just put it back up, and it helps it grow better. It helps it grow, and it helps it. You got to do your part again.
Do your part.
And I think golf makes me aware of definitely of my surroundings, because I'm always thinking, okay, if I hit here, my ideal shot is here, but sometimes you hook a ball, you slice a ball. I don't typically slice. I'm more of a hooker because I'm scared. No, I'm more.
He said it here himself. Y'all heard it.
No, I hook shots. I typically hook shots. Good God. Because I'm scared of slicing the ball, because that was always my issue. I used to slice a lot. But now, since I don't want to slice, I just over compensate and I hook. But once I start understanding to trust my hands and trust in my shot, whatever, that's another topic. But so I would shoot a shot, and if it doesn't go my ideal way, or the way I want it to, okay, now I gotta be okay. I'm here now. I'm in the I'm in the bushes now. I'm in the woods.
What helped you get to that point though? Like to where you knew the different things and different aspects you had to look at.
What helped me get to that point?
Because I'm sure you didn't just start knowing all this stuff.
Yeah.
You weren't born with it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I started playing golf, right?
Just at the country club, or you started?
No, I started playing golf like in 2021.
Before it, or before the country club, or after?
Before the country club.
Okay.
Started playing golf before the country club, before working there, before I took it seriously, and I just enjoyed hitting. I enjoyed hitting the ball like freaking as hard as I could. But then I started, for me personally, whenever I do something, I want to be the best at it. I want to be the best version that I can be, doing whatever I can do. So I started like watching videos on how I can hit straighter, how I can hit farther, what I need to do, mechanics. And I started watching videos, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't have the clubs to practice. Saved up a couple bucks, bought myself like a $2,000 set. Spent
A
two,
couple bucks.
and I bought that, and I started practicing more and more, and I started looking around my area to see who coaches, and I found Mr. Du Kang from some university. I don't know if it's GCU, TCU. It might have been TCU. Um, and Golf Labs or some. I think it was Golf Lab or something Lab. So if you ever want to go get your golf game right, Mr. Duquesne will get you right, man. It was a one-on-one personal lesson, and he had a whole screen of. He would show you your swing, the science behind everything, and that's where I learned. And then from there, I started playing courses because I was always afraid of playing courses. Right, it was always intimidating to me. But once I went out there with some confidence, I'm gonna go play and started playing. And I wasn't the best. I always ended up in like bad areas. I said, damn, now I got to be aware of where I'm at now, how I can get a better shot. Because golf is always about the next shot.
Mm.
It's about the next shot, the next shot. It's a very humbling sport. And next thing you know, I'm in areas where I'm like, I'm in the woods. How am I gonna get out of here? So you gotta think every angle, every inch, every lie that you have, whether the grass is high, low, thick, thin, all of those little details matter, and you just got to be aware of those things because you want to play well and you want to shoot a good shot, or you
So
want to
you're
hit.
definitely aware of your surroundings, every single bit of it. The wind, the
You
grass,
you
the
take
dirt.
you take
the gra-
account of the wind, the grass, the angle of where. So sometimes your ball can be in the fairway, right, and it's flat. Sometimes you're gonna be on a hill, lopsided, where the ball is under your feet when you're standing. It's below you, so now you got to adjust. It's all about making adjustments. I think that's why I love golf because it's never the same thing. It's always
Mm.
something's changing, something's different. The grass is a little different. The wind is a little stronger. The sun is out. It's colder. The grass is wet because they just watered it. Whatever the case is,
Mhm.
you got to learn how to adapt, change, and that's what being self-aware helps you adapt.
Mhm.
It also helps you adapt and
Correct.
you always, I don't know if you're the one who told me this, but I think you might have been the one that told me this. It's not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the most adaptable.
Mhm.
And in order for you to adapt, you gotta know what you're adapting to, right? You can't
Mhm.
just, oh, I'm adapt just because. No, you take in what's given to you
What's in your surroundings?
and you change that. You adapt,
Mhm.
become better, and you continue and you move on. And that's what golf does for me. It keeps my mind thinking.
Mhm.
Whether even though I'm not fast paced, right? Basketball back and forth. It's a game where every shot is very detailed. Every shot is very crucial. And you got to be aware of everything. And that's why I love golf. So I'm glad
It's very strategic, right? Everything has to be taken into account, and you have to do that in a way where you take it into account, but you don't let that overload your mind when you're making a shot, because that shot that you're about to make requires total concentration, total focus on the shot you're going to make. You've already made all your calculations, but when you hit that ball, those calculations have to add up to the equation that you made up in your mind, or as close to that, right? Approximately to that. And the better you do, the better you land on the field. Then the worse you do, or if you lose focus, then you don't land as
and
close
it
as you want
happens.
to.
And for the golfers out there, they'd be like, man, I play well for about 5, 6, 7 holes, 7, 8, 9 holes, the front nine. But once I get to the back nine, the last 9 holes, I lose it.
Mm.
And that's because golf requires focus.
It's a mental drainage too, because you're using your mind. It's tiring you out, and you've been out there, and depending on whatever the weather, and you're standing.
It's
for
a
long
tough
periods of
sport.
time.
It's
So
a very
it's a very mental sport.
it's a very tough sport because it requires mental. Right? If there's a
Mm.
sport where you don't gotta think, you just gotta do, it's probably a little easier. But I don't think any sport is like that.
Mm. Every sports requires a little bit of a mental.
Mm-hmm.
You even with football, you have to be able to read the line, and when it changes, you have to adapt to that as well, right? If the gap where you were going to as a running back closes up, you got to redirect real quick, and the sooner you can take information and redirect it into action, the sooner you can win, right? Like that 99 yard punt that you saw on the TV, right? You're like, seen
yeah.
anything like that. I think it was a Saturday's game.
It was Saturday. It was a college game.
It was a college game,
Mhm.
right? So it was a 99
99-yard
punt return.
punt return.
Yes. So it's
Although it
it's-
didn't count because he stepped out of bounds, unfortunately.
Okay. Well,
But it was close.
but he was so aware of everything that was happening at that moment in time.
you
he was
have
able
to be. You got to be.
move around it.
And I think the faster you process information, and the faster you become aware of what your surroundings
Yes.
are, and the faster you just flip
Faster
that.
you can move. Faster you can shift and adapt your strategy to prevent you from making the mistakes, like we talked about earlier. Right? There are certain mistakes where you're like, well, yeah, I'll get it done. I'll fix it anyway. Absolutely. But the fact that that mistake happened to you when you could have avoided it slows you down when you already had momentum.
Mhm.
So what you want to do is eliminate the things that are going to keep you from pushing forward with that momentum. The stronger that momentum builds, the faster you get to where you're going to get. So stop getting things in your own way. And the things you get in your way is making certain mistakes that could have been preventable if you just thought about things a little bit more, or doing things that are just going to slow you down. Use the things that are going to push you forward. And that comes through awareness of the things that you're doing, reflection of the things that you did, and were they the best things you could have done for yourself?
Awareness and reflection, they're together. They're like the ketchup and mustard,
they're
or
like
they're the
mirrors of
the
each other.
buns.
Right, they're the buns. They
Okay.
encapsulate the whole burger. Right,
Okay,
you just put those together, and now it creates the whole entire burger. Because without that, the burger is just patty with vegetables. It's just meat with vegetables, right? But you put those buns together, now it's a burger.
It's not meat and lettuce.
And
It's
lettuce and
it's meat,
cheese.
lettuce, cheese, tomato, pickle, onion,
Word onion on that, please.
grilled,
Mm.
grilled, baby girl. That's how I
Gotcha.
like it.
Nice and grilled with them soft buns.
So yeah, that's what golf does for me. It makes me aware of everything. I gotta take account of the music that I'm playing. Sometimes the music gotta. If I'm in a tournament, music's off. It's off, baby. Right? Oh, Nate, let's throw some music. No, I'm trying to win here.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. Sometimes you gotta lock in. Sometimes you gotta say, speak to the hand.
Sometimes you do.
You gotta say, speak to the hand, because right now I'm focused on the task at hand.
Correct.
I know where I want to go.
All
All that distractions is not gonna get me there anytime soon. So I need to speak to the hand, please. My head is down and I'm on that pen and paper.
Right.
I'm on that whatever it is.
And that's okay. You know, as long as you're respectful about it, right?
Absolutely. There's got to be respect.
You know that you have to, no matter what, you have to take that time for yourself. That time in yourself, with yourself, learning from yourself, speaking to yourself is going to teach you so much. You're going to learn so much about yourself. And some of the things will be nice and pretty, and some of the things won't. Right? And then resolve to fix the things, or correct the things, or reanalyze the things that you feel are not getting you closer to where you want to be. And that all comes back down to the awareness of what you want your intent, your goal, your why, your purpose to be, the clarity around that, getting clear on what you want that purpose to be, what you want that thing to be, what you want to be, what is that ultimate version or form of yourself that you see. Now, once you have that clear in your mind, every single strategic step moving forward gets a lot easier. But it starts with becoming aware.
Gotta be
Aware of where you're at, aware of where you want, of what you want, aware of all the things that surround you, and those things that contribute to you, and those things that do not.
Some people are gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, bro, you're weird. Bro, you're crazy. Girl, you're crazy. Girl, you don't know what you want. This, that. There's gonna be distractions. There's gonna be people who are gonna try to bring you down. And that's where you gotta be times 10 stronger up here and here. Because then you say, no. You don't dictate my life. I dictate my life. I decide what I want. I decide who I want. I decide what happens to me because I did it. Like Frank Sinatra, baby. My way. You know what I'm saying? That song is so great. Because it's true. He did what he wanted to do, and he did it his own way.
Right. And in that song, he says, there was times where I thought that I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, I saw it all. Right? And did it my way. and still, right? So, and that's really
Damn.
what it comes down to is there's going to be things that you're going to do that don't work out in your best interest, but you're going to learn something from that. And when you become aware that you are a good person, when you become aware that you're that you're looking to be going to a direction, when you see the direction that you're trying to go, and you want as many people, when you come into that abundance mentality and awareness that hey, there is more. Is like through my journey, somebody else doesn't lose out in their journey. What if my journey can help out somebody out on their journey? And when you see it that way, now you begin to attract those same people that are looking to do the same for others. And you yourself have built filters throughout time because now you think is okay, what's the environment I'm looking to build? What's the thing that I'm looking to focus on? Who's the company that I want to keep? Because you've been listening to the you experience for these past 7 episodes, and you've picked up on a lot, and you've action done every single one of those things, and you've compiled all those together to the point where you're here and self-reflecting back on the last 6 weeks of work that you've done, and you're thinking to yourself is, wow, I've come a long way. I've learned to focus on something. I've built a new habit. I started with X amount of push-ups, and now I'm 10x that because all I did was focus. Well, now I did that in my personal life. I did that in my physical life. How can I apply that to my love life? How can I apply that to my career? How can I apply that in any other endeavors that I seek to move into? And then it
Damn.
becomes the same system again. Start small, get better, and keep going, right? And just adjusting, adjusting, adjusting.
Well said, man. That was beautiful. It's nothing better than there's nothing better to see than we speak what we speak on here, and then people listen.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do people listen, that's already a blessing in itself,
Mm-hmm.
but people actually
Doing something.
do it. They take action on it. They become it.
That's actually the best reward we can have is when you come back to us and say, hey, we did something that you said, and my God, like the results that I'm getting, it's crazy what it's doing to my mind. The things, and I've had people tell me this is the way the thinking that I've gotten just from doing this action, which started out as they didn't think about it in that way. It started out one way and it translated to this, and now it's translating to a different thing where it translated to okay, I got to build this habit. Right. Then it became like, okay, this is a habit that I enjoy. Then it became it's like, how do I apply this discipline that I've learned here into my business, into my career, into my other aspects of my
And
life?
all those people, they've become self-aware of their life.
And they've become self-aware.
They became self-aware of what they're doing, where their life is at, who's surrounded by them. And man, to see people just
Light up.
180, light up, candlestick, they're a torch now. And it's just like, man, like,
Right. You stand up taller. You walk a different way because you know that you're heading in a direction. You're heading in purpose. You're seeing a very different world because your filters of life are different. Because you understand that yes, things are going to happen because they always do. Things always happen.
that's life.
But at least you have a frame of thought, a filter to that allows you to decide your response to the things that happen in your life. Once you decide what's going to happen, right? Terrible things can happen to you, and you can go back and say, "Oh, woe me," and these things happen to me all the time. Or you can say, "Why did that happen? What did I do to contribute to that?" Okay, I could have played it this way. I could have gone this way, just like I did with my conversation, right? That I came to you and I talked to you today, because I took the time to self-reflect on that conversation. In that conversation, the way that it went could have gone better if I took the approach that I
That you
told you,
should have.
right? It would have created a very different environment.
Yeah.
So now, through my self-awareness of what happened and my self-reflection about how it happened and how it went down and what could have gone better, I've adjusted for a situation where it happens again. Now
You're
I have
ready.
a better way to
Mhm.
approach it, right? So, and that's the same thing that happens as let's say a boxer. If you're a boxer, you're going to do your combos and stuff like that, and hopes that you're gonna get to the point to where you're gonna get a clean shot. But you don't want to give away too many signals that when you do one thing, you every single time you do one thing, you do the next thing because now they're going to be able to predict your move, right? So that's another mentally intense sport as you're getting hit in the face, right?
Yeah.
And you got to move fast, right? So that's the interesting the thing that's come to me about of boxing as well is just the strategy that goes into it, and that's how you have to be about everything, strategic.
Strategic.
and
Know what you
understand
want.
and understand that yes, you're going to make the mistakes. That's okay. Just as long as you recover. As long as you recover. So if you're going to get people if you're going to make something to get somebody upset and know what you did to make it upset, and if it wasn't on purpose, you apologize and you
You keep
try something
moving.
different. Move differently.
You know.
Right? It's the simmering and sitting in those thoughts that, oh, I could have done this bad, or why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Accept what happened, recap what happened, correct it, and go back
And attack. You know.
and attack.
That's life. That's part of life, man. You're not gonna get everything on the first go. You're not gonna get everything on the first try. On man, if everyone knew what I went through to get to where I'm at today, it was not on the first try. Very much so.
Yes.
You know, I had to become self-aware of what I was doing and the people I was hurting doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just I'm hurting myself. I'm hurting people that around me that love me, care for me, and it's like it's not fair to them because I'm doing that. I'm making a decision where I'm hurting everybody. No, I'd rather make a decision that brings everybody together. That everyone feels love, power, respect, whatever it is. And I had to sit there and reflect and become aware. Like, is this what I want? Is this who I want to be? Like, this is not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, you know, I started changing my habits. I started reading more. I started getting closer to God too. And I just started writing, and I started trying to just be better, just be a good person. And God has blessed me with a lot, you know, because of that. So it's amazing when what you can change your reality just by being aware of what your reality currently is, and be like, all right, I want to change this, that, and that. Just say it, write it down, and then only thing left to do is just do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And
if you're a person that's always angry because for little things or no things, and you have to practice emotional maturity. How do you practice emotional maturity? Well, in that moment in time, because usually anger is a protection of self when we feel weakest. That's where anger comes in. So if you were to know, it's like, okay, well, I'm acting in this way. Is it because I'm angry? What's making me is it because I'm scared? What's making me scared? What am I scared of in this situation? Oh, it's the loss of this, or it's the potential of this, right? Okay, so then you look at that and just figure out, is a justifiable reason? Like, is that really a possible threat, or am I just over analyzing into it?
yeah,
So you begin to look at a deeper way of things, and you begin to get more logical in the way that you look at things, because not everything is a direct attack on you. Some things is just that's just the way they are.
can't take it personal.
Can't take it personal.
And going to can't take it personal, we want to mention again this book right here,
Four agreements.
The Four Agreements. Clearly, you can see, for those that watch on YouTube, you can see the size of this damn book. It is not big at all. It is, what's the pages like? 130 pages at
It's
most.
probably as big as your nail, as wide as your nail.
Literally.
Right? The other way. No, the other way. Yeah, like that.
I see.
So it's almost as wide as your
That's
nail.
it. That's it.
But it's got so much it's a heavy, deep book of wisdom in such few pages.
You
want to
become
beauty of it.
you want to become self-aware truly? This is the book right here. It tells you, well, like we were talking about earlier, right? Every moment, every chance, every minute, every situation that you get, you have a chance to practice these four agreements every single time. And that's where you got to take a step back, breathe, reflect, be aware. Okay, what can I do to not take it personally? Or what can I do to do my best? Or what can I do to be impeccable with my word? Or what can I do to not make an assumption? Right? Those four agreements, if you just, all it takes is a deep breath, a couple of deep breaths, and you have a chance to practice these.
Yes.
Unstoppable.
Precisely.
Unstoppable.
Precisely.
Those four agreements right there will make you the most aware person there is out there. You know? And it's as simple as sitting there and reading 10 pages a day.
10 pages a day.
10, 15, 20, however much pages you need. By the time they're done with 10 days, you're already at 100 pages in.
You're about a third to half of the average personal help book. Maybe if you're talking about Harry Potter, then you're at 10% of that.
You're at the start.
You're at the beginning. But if you're talking about personal help books, self-help books, you are talking about almost 50% of the book through there. So how many books can you read in some time? It's going to help you get ahead, because you're reading at a much more deeper level. You're reading more things, and if you make it rewarding for yourself, right, where you leave it, even like I told you, the best secret when you're reading is to leave it at a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Leave it at that point where you're like, "Ooh, this is getting exciting." As soon as you get to that point, boom, put the book down, because you're gonna come back eager, wanting to read that book even more. It's like the Netflix shows and the Disney shows when you see the end of an episode and it has another season, they cliffhang you so that you're back 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever later time that next series or movie is coming out.
So
you do it to yourself. Just become aware that there's certain information, certain details, certain wisdom that if you get, it gives you a different perspective of life. There is more to life than what meets the eye, than what you've been taught in school. There's more to it. There's things that you know yourself, they're innate to you, but you might not have wanted to listen. You might not wanted to hear them. You might be like, no, that can't be. But those little things that make you special are the things that make you special. And your goal is to figure out how to do more of those things that make you special, the things that you're prime at, the things that you're good at. And you're going to find little by little that that's the stuff that fulfills you. That's where the passion, that's where the drive, that's where the energy comes from.
Yeah.
Right? And I think I was listening to the Surrounded series by Jubilee with Patrick Bet-David today, and I saw that, and I see that a lot of people are coming from a good place. They're looking for certain solutions that they don't find in the current system. But at the same time, there's certain things that they are not aware of that they're doing that is getting in the way of getting to point B. So awareness is such an important factor in your life that it can determine where you end up. So surrounding yourself by a group of people that can check you, they can say, hey, you did this, but it's not for your best. From what you told me, this is what you want, but this is what you're doing. You have to have people that are willing to check you like that. You have to have friends that are open and honest with you regardless, because they are your friends, and that's what friends are supposed to do. They're supposed to sharpen each other. There's a Bible verse that I really like that really started the Bible reading thing for me. And a buddy of mine sent it, and he told me, the verse reads as that friends are as iron, and that iron sharpens iron, right? I'm paraphrasing what it means, but it's a really, really good, it's in Proverbs, I believe. It's a really good proverb, because you're supposed to make each other sharp. You're supposed to keep each other sharp.
Yeah.
Not just there to make you feel good. It's not just about making you feel good. It's about making you better, actually.
Because they care about you. They love you. They want best for you.
Mm-hmm. And you have to be aware of who these people are, too. Who is the people that want better for you?
And you got to, man, that's where you got to dig deep and look at the people around you, the people that you're surrounded by, and just be like, does this person mean well? Does this person want well for me? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. What if this person is telling me the things I don't want to hear, but it's because I don't want to hear it because I know I need to hear it, but I don't want to hear it.
It's like when you're sick, the cure doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good. You can't taste any medicine that you're going to be, oh, that was so delicious.
Mm.
But guess what? You need it to get better.
Yep. And again, by being self-aware, look where I've came. I've came so far. Again, very proud of myself. Very proud of who I'm becoming, of course. I clearly still make mistakes.
I'm proud of you how you just took up all that wine. You just said, I'm going to squeeze it in my body one way or another.
I said, I don't want to just taste it. I want it on my body.
I want it on my body. I want to feel it. And let alone he does that once. But then he tries again and boom, all over again. And this one was bigger than the first one.
Yeah. So uh, just all I gotta say is everything that we've talked about. Of course, they all play a specific role into becoming the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we've said, mentioned, is what we know. Of course, again, we're not certified, or we're not legally some sort of education that we've got. It's just what life has taught us, right? What life has taught us, how rough it can be, how tough it can be, but how beautiful it can also be
Mm-hmm.
if you let it, if you
Mhm.
let it be beautiful. And just be aware of of certain things, right? Be aware of where you want to be aware of where you're at now, be aware who's around you, be aware of the people that care, and just care back, right? It's a even trade. You got to give them you got to give them love, support, respect, and they'll give it back.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that don't, you say, okay, you move on, right? You can't let others drag you down.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let other people, companies, whatever drag you down, because again, this life is only lived once.
Once.
And before you know it, you're 25, you're 30, you're 40. Before you look back and you're like, damn, I let someone control me. I let some
For so long, you look back and you're thinking, wow, like for that whole time, let somebody else tell me or dictate my life.
and but if you become self-aware, you say, no, 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 no. You're not gonna do that. I'm gonna make my decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And those are decisions you gotta live with, whether you succeed or fail. But guess what? I did it my way.
It's better to have tried and not have accomplished than to sit back and think, what if?
It's better to try and fail and to not try at all. And I rather try and fail a million gazillion times than not try at all. And without that being said, I got no more words for today. This time went by fast
It
for
did.
us.
It did. It was a good one. And again, we as we always go back is if you have listened to us this far along, and I mean we just hit 100 hours
Of listening,
of listening time, which is
time.
crazy. Who would have thought, right? I've never actually put these things together as a thought. It's like, okay, there's 100 hours of somebody listen. So it's interesting to see. But what
Thank
the
you for
hope
that.
here is, yes, absolutely. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
for real.
The hope here is that every single one of them you're taking and applying in a small way into your life, and it's actually beginning to move and rotate the gears of your life in a direction that is helping you, right? That is shifting to where you're feeling the power, you're feeling the energy, you're feeling the focus, you're feeling the clarity, and now it's just becoming part of your life. And you're gonna look back and this time, this moment, and this is that galactic event where the forces met, where the unstoppable force met the immovable object and deflected. And you went in a direction that just completely revolutionized your life in a way that you
Man,
couldn't have imagined
it's not a
just
game.
because you received a little bit of light.
It's not a game, man.
It's not
It's
a
real
game.
life.
So
It's real
so
life stuff.
the best you can do is cut the noise, turn on the signal, focus on the signal, do more, get better. And with that said, be
That's
good.
that's how you ended off.
That's what I was feeling.
Be good,
That's what I
y'all.
was feeling.
We appreciate you listening as always. We'll be back again next week, baby. So be ready,
Next
be
week.
prepared. Become the
Back
best
at it
version of
again.
yourself every single day. And without that, I love every single
1%
last one of you.
better.
I'm
Be
out of
good.
here.
Adios.
I did it my way.